Boom shakalaka. What is going on, everybody? Randall here from Crypto Love, and today I have another pre-recorded news episode for you guys. Now today, yes, that's right, I am filming live from the Voice of Blockchain conference. Not actually live, but here's the news coming up today. Everything looks a little bit green today, but we are going to talk about the SEC deciding to review their decision for the ETFs. Could that be good news? Is that why we're seeing green? Is that why the markets are recovering? Is that good news in the long term? We'll talk about all of that, but before we do, just wanted to say thank you to everyone for subscribing. Thank you everyone for nuking the shit out of the like button. And guys, if you want to win one of these shirts, make sure you comment on this video and every other video to enter for your chance to win. Now, I didn't read the disclaimer. Don't be an idiot, not an expert, duh. Okay, so coin market cap today, $212 billion. It's up a little bit. Bitcoin dominance, 53.3%. But as you guys who have been hanging around for the past 2 weeks, it's been pretty much just sitting there, not doing anything, just sitting there, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Everybody's waiting. Everybody's waiting on what? They're waiting on adoption. That's what they're waiting on. So Bitcoin at 65.63, Ethereum still under $300 at 277. XRP at 32 cents, Bcash at 531, and EOS at $4.91. $4.91, that is, not $491. But the big gainers for today, Nano up 27%, Theta Token up 23%, Gas up 23%, Lisk up 22%. Wow. I know some people are pretty bummed about Neo being all the way down at $17.68. Don't lose faith, my friends. Maybe. Not financial advice. So, taking a look at Bitcoin, as you can see over the past 2 weeks, it's just been sitting in this first little Fibonacci retracement between the $6,000 and $6,500 area, just bouncing back and forth. Those of you who follow me on the backend trading know that I have moved from stable token to Bitcoin, but I'm watching this very closely because it could very easily dip down, so I may have to sell out again. For anyone who wants to learn more about that MACD strategy, I did a video last Friday. You can check that out. It's called How to Trade in These Markets, including MACD strategy. Now, the big news today, the SEC to reconsider the latest rejection of Bitcoin ETFs from Proshares, Granite shares, and Direxion. You're saying, what? They just rejected it a day early. And I'm saying, yes, now they're choosing to reconsider it. So on Wednesday, August 22nd, the SEC rejected 9 Bitcoin ETFs. Ouch, 9. Right after accepting the reality shares, approving, validating, verifying, the reality shares ETF, they rejected 9 Bitcoin ETFs that were related to futures contracts proposed by Proshares, Direxion, and Granite shares. Then they did that a day early. Okay, they needed to do it by the 23rd. They did that on the 22nd. Then on the 23rd, which was yesterday, the agency turns out they're going to Hester Pierce, who's, remember, is our ETF champion from the SEC. She says the agency might reconsider its decision as the ruling was originally drafted by the SEC staff members on behalf of the leadership. She tweets, when staff acts in such cases, it acts on behalf of the commission. The commission may review the staff's action, as will now happen here. So, does this mean that because they're reviewing it, it's going to pass? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Every SEC commissioner has the right, maybe not the right, but the ability to review any decisions made by the SEC. So this is what's happening. We had the ETFs, they were rejected, but Hester Pierce says, no, we're reviewing that. Doesn't mean they'll pass. It means we're going to review that. Every commissioner has to weigh in on it. It may pass, it may not pass. So we'll kind of have to see what that does for the future. What did it do for the price? Everything's a little bit green today, all right? But here's something that is related. Bitcoin ETF will most likely be accepted by February 2019, says Brian Kelly from CNBC. So he says February of next year provides the perfect setup for the ETF adoption to be fully realized. So that would be the CBOE one that potentially would be pushed back till February because the initial decision is in September, can be pushed back to February. He says September would be the time when the Van Eck decision on Bitcoin will come to fruition, which will be the trajectory to set up for adoption by the SEC. Now, guys, we keep waiting on ETFs. Do we really need ETFs? No. Institutional money's getting in anyways. They don't need ETFs. But that'll allow more money, more. This reminds me very, very much of last year when we were building up to the futures starting. And the futures started in December 17th, I think. Okay, so last year when we were building up to the futures, there was so much news about futures. All we were talking about was futures. What are the futures going to do? Sure. Yeah, it gets boring. I'm kind of bored of this ETF stuff. But we talk about this because it's suspected that adoption of ETFs will bring a $50,000 Bitcoin. Will 10x Bitcoin right now. That's why people are talking about it. However, what's going under the radar, I think, is move over ETFs. Backed has a bigger Bitcoin story. Yes, Backed. What we talked about last week or the week before from ICE, the Intercontinental Exchange, from the NYSE, New York Stock Exchange. They have Backed. So it's designed to serve as a scalable on-ramp for institutional, merchant, and consumer participation in digital assets by promoting greater efficiency, security, and utility. Yes, look at that. Institutional money can come in through Backed. They don't need ETFs. And guess what? They already have an on-ramp with the New York Stock Exchange. Okay? For some reason, this just doesn't get any news. Everybody's talking ETFs. My own fault. I make videos about ETFs every freaking day because that's what everybody wants in the news, I guess. Here's the thing about Backed, okay? Number one, Backed's platform enables institutional investors to buy Bitcoin via regulated market infrastructure. Okay, so it allows institutional investors to get in. Number two, it's physically backed, okay? Unlike futures, which are not backed by anything, Backed is physically backed. How did they come up with that name, It just makes you question stuff. Like, is there coincidences in the universe? Yeah. So basically, there's real Bitcoin behind it when they actually buy Bitcoin, take it out of circulation for these backed contracts. So that actually helps out the Bitcoin price for all of us. So I think Backed is something to keep an eye on. Now, lastly, I just wanted to say more good news for Bitcoin adoption. All this stuff is happening. Nothing's happening with the price. Guess what? Smart money is accumulating Bitcoin. I think I'm going to do a video for 5 o'clock today to show you how to follow smart money. That'll be pretty cool. But here's the thing. Germany seeks for independent SWIFT system devaluating US dollar. That's right. Germany no longer wants to use a SWIFT, no longer wants US control. Now they want to have their own thing. Good for them. But guess what? When people lose confidence in the US dollar, they're going to be looking for something else like people in Venezuela did, or people in Zimbabwe did, or people in South Korea do. They're going to be looking for Bitcoin. So Kim.com talks about how the German finance minister proposes EU monetary fund, EU SWIFT, and non-US payment systems. He says it's to salvage Iran deal, but it's really the EU exiting from US dominance. Like I said, USD will collapse, buy gold and crypto. So that could happen. Might be speculation. Who knows? But I still have some crypto. So that is it for the news today. Big news. SEC reconsidering the ETF. Does it mean it'll pass? No. Do we need the ETFs? No. But it gives us more chances for it to succeed. Now, yesterday we had one video on ETF rejected. Somebody's going to win a shirt. If you want to win a shirt, make sure you comment on this video and every other video to enter for your chance to win. Also, thumbs up, thumbs down, all that stuff. Links in the comments for you guys for stuff. That's not what I wanted. I want the random YouTube comment picker. That's what I wanted. There we go. All right. Here we go. Wow, 94. People still watch this stuff in a bear market. It blows my mind. Blows my mind. Thank you guys for watching in a bear market. Chuck Chuck. T-shirt, damn it. Well, Chuck Chuck, you get a T-shirt. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck? I ask you that, Chuck Chuck. If a woodchuck could chuck wood. Wearing a Crypto Love T-shirt. A lot of wood. I'll catch you guys later. Love you very much. Peace.